Shazam! Does your follow-up suck? Then you need Shazam! Do your clients keep ghosting you? Do you feel like you're bothering your clients? Do you forget about a great prospect and then think about them a year later only to find that they bought with another realtor? Then you need Shazam! All for the cost of $19.99 plus shipping and handling. Okay, totally kidding. Take a step back. While we like to have fun here, I can only wish that I can solve your follow-up problems with Shazam. But really what I'm here to share with you today on this video is why your follow-up might suck, and more importantly, what we can actually do about it. I promise there is an effective way that you can follow up with your people without feeling salesy spammy and without the overwhelm of guessing games of like what to follow up with and what to say that actually matters. And so I want to talk to you about that here and give you 3 solid tips to help improve your follow-up so that you never drop another client again. Now, my first tip to effective follow-up is understanding what they need. So often we assume that we know what our clients need, or our prospects rather. So a lot of times this comes into play when we get an open house lead, or maybe even you get like an internet lead. So if you're in a position where you're getting Zillow leads or online leads, maybe from your brokerage or your team, or you're buying them, you have to understand how to speak to prospects who are not looking to buy right now, which is the majority of traffic online and in referrals. And truthfully, in this market with how challenging it is, we are going to see prospects reaching out to us earlier on in the sales process, which means they probably don't want to go look at homes immediately. And now the problem is when a lot of agents find themselves in that position of like, oh, they don't want to go look at homes, we don't know how else to help them. That is a big challenge. And that's actually one that my friend Barry Jenkins discusses really well in his new book, Too Nice for Sales. So if you need some reading material on this to take it deeper, definitely check that out. He was also on the podcast recently and shared so much value about that, but here's really what you need to know. The majority of your clients do not need right now services, meaning like they don't need to go see a home right now. They don't need to sign in the yard right now. What they need is a friendly guide to help them get to that point because they're not there yet. A lot of times they don't know what they can afford. They don't know where they want to live. They don't know what kind of home they're looking for. And there's a lot of unknowns. And from the prospect's shoes, like from their position, that's a really scary and overwhelming place to be, right? There's a lot of uncertainty there. And so our job, truthfully, as real estate agents is to provide that certainty and help get them to a place of clarity so that they can confidently walk through the sales process with you when they are ready. So number 1, you have to know what their core challenges are at that moment in their sales process if they're not like standing outside of a door looking to get in at that moment. Number 2, the second big tip that I have for you is know when you're bothering them and know when you're serving them. Overwhelmingly, we hear so often from agents saying, well, I don't really want to follow up with that person because they said they weren't ready to look for houses, so I don't want to bother them. Like, I don't want to just keep checking in and seeing when they want to go look at houses. The problem with this approach is that it can be very selfish, right? Because what you're actually showing is that you are not caring enough about their problems to dig deeper to find ways that you can actually serve them. If somebody is not ready to go look at houses, that means there's a lot of stuff up in the air. And the moment we hear that, oh, I'm not ready, I'm just looking, the temptation is to take a step back and say, okay, let me know when you are ready. When really, we're letting them down at that moment. Like, that was your time to shine. And you kind of blew it if you did that. And so that's where you have to say, yeah, I hear you. Well, let's talk about what we can do to get you to a place of feeling ready, because my goal is for you to feel confident through the home buying process. So tell me where you're at right now and tell me what you want to see instead. Now, a lot of times that's entirely my full follow-up strategy for leads who take up to a year to convert. It's literally just checking in, hey, last we spoke, you were thinking about buying in X, Y, and Z amount of time. Is that still the case? Where are we at? I want to see how I can help. Tell me the story. And now the third tip I have for you is making sure you have great systems for marketing and communication. There are 2 kinds of follow-up that really happens, right? There is direct follow-up that involves you picking up your phone and making a call or sending a text or even sending an email. And then there is top-of-mind brand awareness that happens through marketing on and off social media. Now, you have to have the systems in place to do that effectively, consistently, over long periods of time. Because a lot of times the leads who I'm working with and converting are working with me because they have followed me sometimes for years on Instagram. And that only works because I am consistent on Instagram, for example. Now, the key to achieving this super effective and irresistible brand awareness on and off social media, as I mentioned in this previous video, is really to be consistent. Like, that's a really important part of it, is maintaining consistent frequency in your marketing and consistent messaging in your marketing. And the only way you achieve that is through the proper systems. A lot of agents can create really great content on social media or put together an awesome newsletter, but great agents do it consistently and never let it drop. And that's where I come in with the Market Authority Academy. So if you find yourself lacking in any of these areas, whether it be you don't really know how to help them, or you can't discern the difference between bothering and serving, and if you don't have the systems to do this follow-up really well and consistently, then you might have a systems problem that we can actually correct through the Market Authority Academy. Now, that is my signature mentorship program, and the details to book a call and learn more about that are below. We can hop on a quick call, I'll hear about where you're at, and then we can decide if working together makes sense or not from there. So, what do you think? I know it's not as spicy as Shazam, but it does give you a little bit of a toehold to find some traction and actually begin correcting what might be some really important cracks in the bottom of the boat. So try out these tips, let me know if I can help, and I would love to hear your aha moments in the comments. And if you have found value from this video, I ask you to subscribe to this channel because A, I want to stay in touch with you, and B, that also allows our channel to expand our reach and help other real estate agents who need this kind of help as well. Now, one of the core values of my community is community over competition. There's enough business to go around, but the only way that real estate agents are going to survive in this industry, with all of the tech coming in to revolutionize the way real estate is transacted, the only way we remain relevant is by doing really well and rising up together to create better impact for our communities. And if that's a mission that you believe in as well, I want you a part of my community here on YouTube. So I would love if you hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification icon to be notified every time I'm dropping new videos just like this. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Until next time, keep on crushing it.